Cain Country begins in 1 minute.
Tinfoil Pat takes Manhattan. It is Will Cain Country, streaming live at the Will Cain Country YouTube channel and the Will Cain Facebook page, streaming live on a Wednesday from New York City. Sitting here in the New York City studios, I've got Jimmy Failla hanging out with me. What's up, Jimmy?
How about it?
So Jimmy's sitting here going, I didn't know we were going to do that, because this is First Reactions Second Take. We just had an audio issue, and I have to redo this. Now, my only thing is I have to be completely honest with the audience. And the fact that we had technical issues is part of the story.
So it works.
I, Jimmy, Dan, and you are meeting for the first time in 3 years. 3 years of working together, talking together on the phone every day. Tinfoil Pat. Welcome to New York, Patrick.
Howdy.
There he is.
How was your flight in, Patrick?
It was rough. If you would follow my X account, I am blogging about it, and I also am recording a vlog as we go. So
You are?
I have I have multiple videos in the can, but I did share a preview this morning from the Christmas tree.
Wow, and you posted that somewhere?
Yeah, it's on the X account.
Wow. Dan, I figured you'd have to be up all night working 12-hour shifts to
Same.
edit that thing.
I was up until 1 putting this plan together, but whatever.
He texted last night that his trip in was a 1 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
Patrick does not travel, does not leave his home, does not drive over bridges, does not make eye contact. He basically is a recluse in Jacksonville. Like, you say recluse and you think the wilds of Montana, like Ted Kaczynski. But no, we've got a recluse in America's Pawn Shop, Jacksonville. And I love Jacksonville. I do.
Great place.
Not really.
But, Jimmy, everyone listening, this is the wildest experience for me. And this is why I said I'm going to own we had technical issues, because I just talked about this once. But here's the deal. It is wild to talk to someone every day
Yeah.
for 3 years and then meet them in person.
Yeah.
Like 15 minutes ago.
This
There he is.
I feel like I'm in a low-rent version of Sleepless in Seattle, where they corresponded forever and then they finally met at the top of the Empire State Building.
Can you imagine dating like that? So Patrick walks up. Okay, he is tall. He's not 6'7". He's not 6'7".
Never said
Stop.
it was.
He is 6'1". Is that about right, Patrick?
Give or take, yeah.
That's what he said. To be fair.
Okay, he did say that.
Yeah.
And what are we doing, Patrick?
You have a
We're
massive
about
bucket head.
$180, $190.
What?
What do we weigh?
Like 265?
What'd you say?
265?
No,
Yeah.
What'd he say?
265.
You're rocking a 265.
No,
That's about right, yeah.
You are definitely bigger than I had. So first of all,
I'm thick.
Jimmy had to put on his cans because he couldn't hear.
Yeah,
all this, and
I
he's
wanted an
gotta get in
accurate
this
number on
conversation.
that.
So, okay, first reactions. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
You made more sense to me when, in my head, Patrick, you were 5'9". Like, you made more sense to me. I'm having trouble now, like, bringing you together. Like, you're not cohesive to me yet. You know, your opinions, your interactions, it doesn't fit the body yet. And I'm just trying to do that right now. But, Jimmy, by the way, how do you mind?
I rock a legitimate probably like 230.
Okay.
About 6'1", 230. which in TV is like 550.
Okay, Patrick, get up real quick. Walk in here. I want you to stand next to Jimmy. I don't think I'd say 30 pounds heavier than Jimmy.
Yeah, that's a legit number, but let's get a look here, Patrick.
Yeah,
you fine
in,
thing.
Pat. Okay, Jimmy, you're going to have to stand up.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
You're going to have to
Let's
take
go.
off your cans. This is going to be great for the Spotify and Apple audience and radio. Okay.
I probably have a height advantage, I think, is part of it.
You know what they say, Jimmy? Muscle weighs more than fat.
There it is. No, you look great.
265? That's the thing. You're a big man. Like you're 6 foot. Go back to your microphone. You're 6'1", 265. I'm telling you, you were a small person in my head, and that is really, really hard for me to reconcile. Mm-hmm. And you know the eyes thing. You don't like to make eye contact.
I'm looking at you.
I know you looked at me,
on
but
it.
I could tell it was difficult. It was not.
No.
It was not easy.
You gotta dominate. You gotta show people who's boss.
That's what he said. He's been walking the 15th floor dominating.
I don't doubt that, but he doesn't like to meet people. Can I give you some backstory?
Yeah.
He came to a stand-up show in Jacksonville after talking to me about that show for 2 years. When the show was over, there was a big meet and greet. I could have obviously gotten him in. And he messaged me, hey, great show. I've got to drop my wife off. I'll be back. No one is leaving a theater and coming back. And you know that.
Did you come back?
I was on my way back. Yes.
What do you mean you were on your? What happened?
He had to go.
I did have to go eventually.
You were literally, you didn't Irish goodbye this thing, fake goodbye. Is that an
No,
Irish
he
goodbye?
legitimately- yeah,
Irish
that-
goodbye is when you say nothing, you disappear.
Yeah, you just disappear.
This is just a lie.
But
No,
it was.
this was just a babysitting issue. That was all.
Oh, okay. I'll chalk it up to that.
He has
But-
12 kids.
But is that true?
I have 7 children. Yes.
That is. I had no. That is.
Tall,
I didn't
big,
realize. It's
Jimmy,
good.
tall, big, fertile.
It's good to be here on the Nick Cannon show. Nick in
Same
for
woman,
Will today.
Same woman.
Yeah.
Same
for
woman.
you.
Same woman.
Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a number though.
That is you are ahead of Pete Hegseth, behind Rachel Campos
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Also Catholic.
But at double digits, you could be on Hoarders. Like that's a lot of.
Yeah.
It goes beyond a family at some
Do
point.
you
I
love
think.
them all equally?
Yes. I think so.
But you have a favorite or two.
No, I don't really.
That's impossible.
No.
With 7,
Yeah. They're all great.
do they listen?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They're listening today.
Yeah.
Daddy's in New York.
Yeah, my youngest boy is having some trouble, with me gone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. First impressions, New York City.
It's about what I thought it was. A lot of trash, a lot of pigeons, a lot of lights, a lot of people.
You like it better than you thought or worse than you thought?
It's about what I thought. I don't know. It's
You're
just
staying at the
average.
Hard Rock.
Okay, it's,
That's nice. That's nice.
I'm laughing. Hard Rock's a fine
great.
hotel. Good.
Yeah.
It's
but
actually-
it's just not. I think it's not you, Patrick.
Yeah, no, I'm very musically inclined. But I have all this arthritis. I'd be. They actually sing guitars to your room if you want them. So
Really?
yeah, they lean in there.
You can ask for a guitar.
Yeah.
They'll bring one to the room.
Yeah.
They've-
didn't know that.
Yeah, they've got a good Euro trash rock and roll quotient over there. That's a lot who's in there, and good amount of domestic tourism. But it's true when I think of Patrick, I think I would put you somewhere else though. As much as you are musically inclined, you're like a Marriott Marquis guy, a little more prestigious,
Oh, well,
a little
thank
more
you.
stately. I think.
I'm thinking if Patrick were a city, what city would he be? Now you just met him. Well, you've interacted,
Yeah,
and I just met him.
I love this.
I actually think you are very well suited to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You've got some Florida man to you,
He's wearing Hey Dudes.
but he's wearing Hey Dudes.
It's true.
Yeah, but you're not like cut off shirt Florida man.
No.
He's got sleeves.
You're not tats. You don't have tats,
I
right?
don't have tats,
You're
no.
not tats Florida man.
No, I don't do meth.
No bath salts.
I'm
But
afraid of the fentanyl.
What's going on with you in the cans? You don't want to mess up the hair?
Yeah, I got a hit after this. So I don't have my.
Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't bring it.
I usually
Fighting
have
the cans. I'm like, is he not interested
He has
in what
special
Patrick and
ones.
Dan have to
No,
say?
I love being
and
Patrick.
then I
Go back.
realized he's putting one on, but it keeps sliding down. It's because his gelled hair. He doesn't want the thing on top.
I'm not trying to implicate
fault.
myself when the feds crash your studio and apprehend Patrick. Okay. I'm 50-50 on this. I love him. I met him. You're obviously my favorite. But I'm watching this conversation progress, and I'm waiting for the battering ram to take down that door.
Well, I mean, I do think, serious, like, of the four of us, I'll include you, Jimmy, like, the most likely among us to have deep, dark secrets is Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
And the deep, dark secrets may or may not be criminal. I don't know.
No.
I would never go so far. But
Florida
I will
related.
say, you've got secrets.
I mean, people have shot into my house before, so
That's fascinating.
yeah.
What do you mean?
It was on my birthday about 11 years ago.
They're after you.
Somebody just
They
randomly
knew
shot
you
into
were
my
onto
house, yeah.
them.
Bobby did a prank on you. Was that
Yeah,
it?
it was the worst prank in the world.
I'm going to get my right
245s.
cans. They're going to send them over. You keep talking.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim. That's my fault.
Well, this is wild, man. This is wild. Seeing you in person and seeing me and Dan in person. Me is probably different because you've seen me on TV enough, right? You've seen me.
It's weird because it's like it's you in 3D.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird hearing his voice next to me. That's the weirdest thing.
So you think I'm different than what you see on TV or whatever in some way?
No, it's just like you pop. It's like you're on the two-dimensional screen, and then now it's like, you pop off in real life.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
You're a real person now.
Yeah. What about Dan? First impressions of Dan, Patrick.
Yeah. It's just like what I thought.
Dan's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a big team.
Yeah. I'm the smallest for sure.
Yeah.
Dan, what are you weighing in at?
Probably about 250.
250.
Yeah.
For Dan.
6'2".
Jimmy, have you lost weight since I've known you?
It's like it vacillates up or down like 5 or 10 pounds. This is the thing. If you meet me between a Monday and a Friday, I comport myself like I'm employed in television. Once I tape my TV show, it becomes a 48-hour Amish rum Springer, where I can eat it, drink it, smoke it. It doesn't matter. I just have to find Jesus by America's Newsroom Monday morning. That's how it works. It's straight up.
Well,
That is
Sunday morning should help.
Yeah, straight up how it works. So you're seeing me, okay, on a Wednesday. I'm headed in the right direction. Whatever that means, this is the right direction for me.
Yeah.
But were you to see me Sunday, I look like a stunt double in the Chris Farley biopic,
Yeah.
if not the lead himself.
You're looking good. That's why I feel.
Oh, come on, Will K, you're buttering
By the
me
way,
up.
am I close to? Am I close to the Gavin Newsom leg cross?
Yes.
Am I close? This
You got to
isn't.
turn your bottom foot. Yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Gavin Newsom leg cross.
It's comfortable, right?
All right, Patrick. Good to see you in person. Good to meet you in person. We'll see if you're employed on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good to see you. Let's get into it with Jimmy Failla with when we coming back on Will Cain Country.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Hello, everyone. This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
Neil McDonough portrays Jesus. Stacey Keach, Sean Astin, Michael York, and Kristen Bell provide the voices for some of Jesus's notable followers. A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told, The Life of Jesus.
Make sure to spread the word.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Playing half a football season drunk. That's the story from one player. in the NFL. And the DC Pipe Bomber was into My Little Pony. It is Will Cain Country, streaming live at the Will Cain Country YouTube channel, the Will Cain Country Facebook page, but always available here at Spotify or an Apple. Now we are joined by the infamous, the legendary Jimmy Failla.
Bang! What a good get by you guys.
It is only available to us because we are, well, quite honestly, taping a little earlier today.
And that's fine. It's a win for the American people any way you slice it. They're not concerned about time zones. The point is we got the band back together. Let's sing some hits.
Let's go. I love this story, or I'm actually blown away by the story. Quentin Jammer, by the way, Texas Longhorn, many, many years in the NFL, played for the San Diego Chargers. I don't know that he ever played for the Los Angeles Chargers, but definitely for the San Diego Chargers. Cornerback. First-round draft pick. Came out in the last couple of days on X and said, I once played, I think he said 11 games drunk.
Wow.
He didn't say buzzed. He said drunk.
Yes.
People started, by the way, Jimmy sent him clips like, were you drunk in this game? Were you drunk in that game? And how did you play? And he said, I played really good in all but one of the games.
Really?
That's what he said.
So he found his sauce. He found his process. Now, let me tell you the difference between being a Texas fan and a New York sports fan. 11 games blows you away, okay? But I grew up as a Yankee fan. Mickey Mantle was playing 162. I would argue the greatest hitter of all time because he was facing two pitchers at once. Okay, not easy to hit a home run when you're seeing a double pitcher out there on the mound.
Yes.
But I'm still fascinated by this. And I think what it really speaks to is just how elite and how genetically gifted professional athletes are, that they can perform at that level despite what should be some type of a detriment to their performance.
Well, but they're going up against guys who are also that elite.
Yeah.
So, okay, Quentin Jammer drunk covers me, no problem. But Quentin Jammer covering, I mean, who were your top receiver? Andre Johnson in the same time frame. Houston Texans, great wide receiver, right? Drunk? Come on.
Big problem.
You would think.
I mean, but you would think. But I don't doubt half of the league's probably smoking weed, too. I'm not saying Andre Johnson was.
Okay, I definitely think guys in the NBA smoke weed before games.
Ton of, yeah.
And if you and I were sitting here going, I looked under Jammer's post, by the way, and the first comment was a guy, just a guy, so who knows if it's real. He said, I once played a game after doing LSD. He goes, best game I ever played in my life. But if I were ranking substances to do before an elite athletic performance, like football, okay, darts, different, okay? Not on the same, something that requires cardio, stamina, coordination. Drunk would be among the worst I think you could possibly do to yourself. Weed would be really high up there. I'm not sure it would be worse than drunk.
For my money, this is why I agree with you. I don't drink when I do stand-up because it slows my brain down.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm more reflexive in real time without it. So what I wonder, though, is, when you go to a party and there are those people that are elite dancers, okay, and they're probably drinking all night, but their process allows them a level of self-application we don't understand when it comes to physical feats. And I don't doubt he has to be one of those guys. Because have you ever been at a party where someone can is like they are Michael Jackson? Like they dance so much like Michael Jackson, people are keeping their kids away from them. Okay, have you ever been at one of those? Like, this guy's a little too good on the moonwalk. I'm going to need the kids to get back in the minivan. But the point is, that guy who usually decides I'm going to commandeer this wedding for the next 15 minutes is usually the drunkest guy there. So maybe there's something to be said for certain people's coordination. I don't have it. I'm telling you up front, I don't have it. But maybe he does.
Well, do you have this? So I do think there's something to this as well. Obviously, substances affect people differently. Anything that people take. And I think alcohol is one of the most obvious. I am one of these people. Alcohol makes me tired. Alcohol doesn't really give me energy. But there are other people that I see, they drink and their energy level goes up.
Yep.
Now, these happen to be a lot of the same people that don't seem to get hangovers.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
And they're I don't know if their endorphins fire and keep firing the entire time they're drinking, but mine, I feel like I go through a short, 2 drinks, 3 drinks up, and then it starts to go down for me. And maybe Quentin Jammer is one of these guys that for whatever reason gets energy when he drinks. There are those guys, don't you think?
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. I think something about this that we need to know is, what is he drinking? Because you're not doing this on beer. Beer bloats you, gets you heavy, tires you out, dehydrates you.
Yes.
But if he's drinking sugary, fun stuff, he might get an up. Because remember Maurice Clarett, who won a national title at Ohio State?
Yeah, sure.
Then kind of bombed out of the league in a hurry. But one of the famous quotes about him that year in summer camp in the NFL was he was going to the car between two-a-days going, I've got to get my goose on. He was drinking Grey Goose. But if he's drinking goose and something sugary, maybe you do get a little pep out of that.
That's incredible.
In a way, not me, not you, but maybe that's crazy.
It's just mind-blowing that a guy could play defensive back in the NFL, self-described drunk. The Mickey Mantle thing, this sounds like I'm being dismissive of baseball, and I'm not. But it is not football.
Yeah, you're not running, you're not hitting.
I'm not saying it's darts.
Agreed.
But it requires coordination.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. But I could see you going to the plate. Like you point out, like if you're seeing double, how are you hitting the ball?
You're facing two pitchers at once. I mean, how does that affect the batting average? So listen, again, I think he was just a superior person in his prime. You know, people are born into different levels of genetic prosperity. It's like Hollywood actors. Whenever you're around, Melania Trump's a good example. We've all met Melania Trump. When you see Melania Trump in person, it's like the first time you see a thoroughbred horse. I'm not calling her a horse, but the first time you see a thoroughbred horse, you go, oh, this is a different breed of horse than I've grown up seeing at kids' birthday parties and police parades. And sometimes a supermodel, a Hollywood A-list actor, or an NFL athlete has a genetic distinction from the rest of us. They're just endowed that much better, and that might be what it is. I had a buddy who worked for the NBA and NBC.
Doesn't it make you sad to think about really quickly how good Mantle could have been then?
Oh, but insane.
Like, if you're talking about he's so elite that he could even do this and remain elite, how elite would he have been without this?
And I think that was like his great torment later in life, just the same as he wanted to be that. But really quick, my buddy was a statistician for the NBA and NBC, the original version, Ahmad Rashad, Bob Costas. And he said when they were doing that Sunday afternoon game, staying in the same hotel as the teams, guys would be either getting home or getting people out of their room at 9 a.m. And morning shoot-arounds became a thing as a means of getting athletes out of strip clubs or getting strippers out of hotels and giving them somewhere to be at 9 a.m. And they were still able to perform at a high level. So I don't doubt that he's telling the truth about that.
You don't drink during stand-up?
I really don't. I bring one drink on stage, right? I'll do an hour of stand-up. At the 1 hour mark, I'll downshift and do like a 15-minute Q&A. Ask me anything you want about Fox. I don't answer the questions. I just make fun of them, okay? And at that point, I will sip whiskey and buy them time while they're answering me questions, answer them all, and then I'll put the whiskey back on the stool and close with like whatever you think your best 5 minutes are at the moment and get out of there.
Do you think most comedians are doing it? What do you think, percentage-wise, comedians on stage on something? Drinking or drugs?
Low. The super successful ones, low. Okay, if you're like a club comic who's murdering, like I can give you an example. In the city, it's about 30 guys that were you to see them tonight, you'd one by one assume that was the best comedian you've ever seen. But they've never made it beyond the city because they didn't find that larger vehicle. And one of the reasons why is there's a lifestyle that comes with doing stand-up. You are drinking free if you want to. You know, you are taking home wayward cocktail waitresses and tourists if you want to. But if you actually want to treat this like a job, it's something I heard Seinfeld say one day. He's like, you know, I woke up in my apartment, I watched these construction workers going to work at 5 in the morning, and I realized they didn't want to, but they had to. And that's when I realized I had to write every day. I had to treat comedy like it was a construction job.
Yeah.
So the people that are wildly successful really aren't. It's not the 80s.
That's what I say. Do you think it's changed over time?
Big time.
So in the 80s, everybody was high?
It's just cocaine. It was just a walking Scarface audition, everybody. And that was, the old adage in showbiz, is that you thought you'd get into these green rooms. Like when I was a little kid, I pictured green rooms as like, ancient Rome, just cocaine and camcorders.
Yeah.
And now you get there now and people are swapping smoothie recipes and like, do you do Pilates or do you hike? It's kind of depressing, actually.
People used to do what we do now, drinking. For sure. I mean, didn't Howard Cosell drink?
On the air.
The entire time he did Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think I've read an article about how many drinks they would bring him during the course of a game. And it was a lot. And for that matter, have you ever seen what Winston Churchill drank throughout the day? So world leaders we're talking about, leading people in war. Churchill's scotch, and he drank all kinds of things. He wasn't consistent.
No.
Well, he was consistent daily.
Yeah.
But throughout the day, he had various things he was drinking. But alcohol started at breakfast, I think.
Yeah, big brandy guys, sweet stuff.
But I will say this, Jimmy. In my time doing this, which I started in 2010, I have never seen someone certainly go on air drunk. I have never seen someone have a drink on set, before set. You know, when the multitude of attacks came after Hegseth, that was one, first of all, height of absurdity. We did a morning show.
Yeah, we all worked
6 a.m. You're up at 4 or 5. No one is starting the day.
Nope.
So I've never seen that, but that was a thing. I
Yeah.
think if you go back, I would not be surprised to hear, and I don't know if he did or didn't, but Cronkite. You know, if I heard that he did, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because newsroom etiquette was different back then, too. They were smoking indoors. Sleeves were rolled up. I mean, in old, like, hard news, you know, they were punching each other in the face at deadline. Like, it was very contentious. This is a little bit more like what we're doing now is I feel like it's restrictor plate racing. You know, the car doesn't hit 220 anymore. Because
Imagine how the show would be.
Bill Elliott had to spin around in the air a few times at Talladega and ruin it for the rest of us. But I think we're doing a more modified version of news in that self-care is a bigger function now than it was back then.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, the thing that changed the world the most profoundly was Instagram. Because once society turned into a 24-hour visual medium, people got a lot more conscious about their looks, which forces them to get a little more aware of self-care. And I think that's
a really
where we are.
interesting positive you're suggesting. We talk about the pressure and the height of vanity and projection and all that. And by the way, there's a story out today that Australia has banned social media for kids, I believe, under the age of 16?
Yeah.
Is it 16? Mm-hmm. So no TikTok, no Instagram, no X, no Facebook, no nothing, no Kick.
Nothing.
And it has to have age verification when you go on. And apparently it's pretty sudden. What do you think about that, by the way? I haven't sorted out what I think about this yet.
Well, first and foremost, thank you, because I was wondering why none of these girls are messaging me back anymore. And, you know, say, come on, what's going on here?
Can you?
Stop it. You can say that. It's a joke. Would you stop it right now? I actually think it's good.
You do?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because the problem with life now is the like button has become the compass in every sense of the word. Number one, people try to emulate whatever's getting the most likes in an effort to gain currency and clout on social media. So it kind of defines the thought process. You go, well, if a guy's tweeting this and getting a lot of likes, I guess maybe I should think in that direction. So I don't like the impact it has on discourse. But when it comes to young kids, everybody grows up in high school now. We were probably pretty affable in high school and did well for ourselves, but I know a lot of kids who didn't. And I would imagine there's a torment to not being particularly popular at high school, but when you pick up your phone, you're now part of every high school in America. You know?
Yeah.
So there's not one kid walking down the hall that's more popular than you or cool. There's millions of them who have millions of other followers. Right. And I think on some level it demoralizes kids. But the way it became so prevalent, and this is why I think it would be a good thing, is if you can no longer hand your kids social media as a parent, it forces you to interact with them on a human level and maybe make them engage in activities that require less screen time. And the reason I think we got here, I really mean this, is an iPad, a tablet, a phone became the easiest form of short-term babysitting in this generation.
No doubt. No doubt. Okay, I agree, and I don't think anybody listening will disagree with your diagnosis of this as a contributing, as a problem. So, but what you said about comparing yourself to everybody in the nation, that's absolutely true. People have lost, you know what I think is fascinating? You know, let's be real. Everybody sorts them. There's a self-sorting mechanism on, for example, your mate.
Yep.
Right? Your mate. You know, I'm a 6. Can I get a 10?
Yeah.
You know, well, but the problem with social media, Instagram, is everybody thinks that 10 is the standard. And that I should get it. Right? But without that world, you start finding. So there's a distorted sense of like what I should expect in a mate and so forth. But the other aspect is sort of the Snapchat world of seeing where everybody is.
Yeah.
So there's a party and I wasn't invited to it. There's a constant sense of rejection and who's in and who's out.
Big time.
That being said, what I haven't figured out in my head is whether or not this is a form of censorship and whether or not the kids need access to information as well. Now, it's a lot of bad information.
Yeah.
And I have kids and they'll come to me and say, I saw this. I'm like, where'd you see it? YouTube Short, and that's on the list as well of banned in Australia, or TikTok or whatever it may be. And so I'm not saying that everything they're getting is good, but I'm just having trouble with, is it a good idea to say less information?
Well, I think the truth is for them, what we're basically doing is information's out there in other capacities, but because of that demoralizing aspect of social media, that addictive quality, and the fact that for these specific kids in that vulnerable age where you are developing and you're going through a lot of hormonal stuff, I think their biggest challenge is they're really trying to address like this teen suicide issue. There's a thing right now. I had to talk to Lincoln about this last night. I was reading about this yesterday in the New York Post. So there's a new thing now where boys, my son's age, 16, 17, will get a DM from a real girl. And what I mean by a real girl is you and I can create a Instagram profile, but upload content that's entirely from some other girl he's never heard of's profile. Real photos, real videos. She's got a huge following. She likes my son. So they're DMing. She starts sending topless pictures. How about it? Okay. Eventually, she wants him to send some back. Okay. The next thing you know, he's sent a picture, and the people running that account are now extorting him for money. And the Post wrote about this yesterday.
Yes.
It's become a big driver in teen suicide because these kids are so embarrassed. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to limit information, but I think they're trying to get several targeting scenarios under control, you know? And I think that's the challenge here. And like you, I think there's a larger conversation to be had, but when it comes to the kids, no one can argue this has been better for them. And that's why I don't mind at least.
I think that's true.
Yeah, just taking like a 30-second timeout to talk it over.
All right. Check them out at Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla. It's on Fox News Radio and Fox News Saturday Night with Jimmy Failla as well. Jimmy Failla, we love having you on the show. Look at there. The crowd's gathering.
It's outside. A big deal.
It's because Patrick's here. Jimmy's here.
Oh, Tiger's here.
Tiger's here.
It is all going down.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you, man.
You're the man, Will Kane.
I can't reach you because of my FB.
No, but it looked good. The thought was there.
Kennedy next on Will Kane Country.
That was amazing.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
What it is, welcome to Planet Tyrus, where we bag up the BS and we spread nothing but the truth. This is my show now. So this podcast, we're going to talk a lot about different things, a lot of things about what it is to be a, quote, alpha male and dismissing things like toxic masculinity and all the woke stuff that was kind of dumped on our heads. Like, we need to get back to just being people again, you know, the bro code, wingmans, buddies, friendships. Let's just keep it real.
Listen on Apple, Spotify, or at Planet Tyrus on YouTube.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, talking to lawmakers weekly from opposite sides of the political spectrum about the issues of the day and how Americans can find common ground in a politicized world.
That's just not happening on Capitol Hill. It takes leadership, right?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Along with all your Brett Baier favorites like the campaign, the candidates, the all-star panel, and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
January 6th pipe bomber was into My Little Pony. It is Will Kane Country, streaming live here at the Will Kane Country YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify or on Apple. Joining us now is the host of Kennedy Saves the World and the Kennedy Chronicles, the golden age of MTV through rose-colored glasses. Kennedy.
Yes.
What's up?
I'm wearing my pink glasses today.
You are so stylish.
Thank you.
Black leather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black
right.
head to toe, except for the, what do we call that kind of hat?
Trapper cap. Or trapper hat.
Trapper hat?
Yes, it buckles if you need it to, which I don't right now. But I love it. It's cold weather, and I've always felt that hats keep the good thoughts in.
Okay, there's something to that. Maybe, maybe. Tell me if you've ever had this experience.
Okay.
For 3 years, I've been doing this show. 3 years.
Okay. It feels like longer.
Well, I don't know what to...
In a good way.
Okay.
No, it feels like a foundational, substantial pillar of the conservative community.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Well, that man right over there, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick. I get to meet him for the first time.
Guess what, Kennedy?
It's his birthday?
Me too.
You've never met Patrick?
No. We talk on the phone every day. Wow. He's worked here for 3 years.
Did you think he was an AI chatbot?
I considered it.
Yeah.
I did. And how wild is it to meet, have you ever had that? Meet somebody for the first time that you know,
yeah,
and you've spoken, are we going to get into dating life at all here? That you've spoken to a lot, and then, wow, this is who you actually are.
Yeah. Did you fall in love with him more deeply than you had imagined?
He is so different than what I thought.
Really? But I've seen Patrick.
On a Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's tall.
On a
He's
FaceTime.
very tall.
That's right.
Yes, he's a towering man. I cowered. I was
Yeah.
terrified when he came out into the hallway and welcomed me into the fold.
Yes, he's a big man.
Mhm.
He's a big man. In my head, he was 5'8".
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes.
It's always weird when you think someone's tall and then you meet them and they're short. It's,
Well, that's worse. That's worse, Patrick.
I think that's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if in your mind he was like 6'3" and he's like, oh, hello, Will. It's so good to see you.
Well, I get that a lot. Just to make you feel better, Patrick, when I meet people in person, audience, it's always, oh, wow, you're way taller than I imagined. Even seeing me on TV every day.
How tall are you? 6'2"?
I'm 6'2". Yeah.
That's a great height.
And is it?
Yeah.
What's the ideal height for a man? From a woman's perspective.
Well, it depends on the woman.
Okay.
So I'm 5'9". I could not be with someone shorter than me. That would be tough. And maybe that's sizest.
It's okay.
But yeah, I tried once very briefly.
If you were writing it down,
Mhm.
wish list,
Yeah.
genetic editing, what would you put?
It's very
6'3"?
interesting.
6'4"?
No,
6'2"?
that's too tall because people that tall don't live as long.
Oh, not that tall. Like, well, I think.
But I want a partner who might outlive me, which I think is a tall order.
By the way, is that true? The
Yeah.
actuarial tables on height.
People with big heads live longer. Tall people, they're like Great Danes. They have a great life,
But I think
and a
there's.
privileged life. Like
I don't want this to be true because my son's 6'5". My other one's on his way to 6'6".
The world blesses tall people. Like doors open magically, especially if you're tall and even moderately attractive.
But you don't get a long life. That's
The
the
world
price.
is your oyster.
But you pay the price.
Great life. It's a satisfying, luxurious, privileged life.
Shorter.
And you should enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, I wonder where the actuarial tables say you go down. Is that at 6'2", 6'3"?
6'7".
6'7"?
Yeah.
Hey, it turns out, I don't know if you saw the story, but the guy who's alleged and now been arrested, and I think, by the way, has admitted in interrogations.
Oh, that honky Brian Cole?
That is gold. That's a callback to Jake Tapper describing Brian Cole as a white man.
Why did he need to do that? Like, unless...
You and I are in the news business.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Utter certainty.
How did that happen?
Yeah, why are you saying that? Because you're like, well, Brian's a white name, so I'm going to make sure and comfort our audience so they know.
He had to have asked a producer, what is his race? And a producer had to have told him white. Somebody had to have given him bad information.
I do not extend him that much grace.
Really?
Yes, because we've seen Jake Tapper make various turns throughout his broadcasting career. You know, he was a big Joe Biden defender. Now all of a sudden he's enriching himself, being a Joe Biden truther. So yeah, he's one of those people who has to virtue signal. And, you know, and that was one of those things.
How can we say honky?
We
can say honky.
I say honky and cracker all the time. I said it yesterday on Outnumbered because the women who were so outraged by the Pantone color of the year,
Yes.
it's called like Cloud Dancer,
Yes.
and it's white.
Yeah.
They're all complaining like, oh my God, the world is full of whiteness and white supremacy, and this is disgusting. This is giving Sydney Sweeney vibes. They all, every single one of them, like one white woman was in a white hat going, I cannot believe this whiteness. It is so disgusting. I'm so ashamed. And it's like, lady, you look like a Scandinavian clan member. And all of the women, all of the white women who were bitching about this, I don't know if we can use that word. I'm sorry, Patrick.
You can use honky, but not bitching.
Okay, exactly. They were all standing in front of white walls. At least here in Will Cain country, we have the good sense to have some restored lumber and a nice patriotic blue.
And a diversity of colors.
Exactly right.
Yeah. That take was the Macarena of takes, meaning like it was a take. You're like, oh, that had a moment in time, but it's past.
Oh, yes.
And now you're the person doing the one-hit wonder years later.
Yeah, you're the aggrieved white
not
woman.
nostalgically,
No.
not ironically, not for fun, not like the guy who shows up now and is like, play the Macarena, you know, but the one that's just like 2 or 3 years later, I still love the Macarena. Yeah. She's doing the race thing when that was a 2021 take.
Yeah, with no irony.
Right.
And it's like, you are not the savior. Like, you are not the aggrieved Karen who, on behalf of all lady crackers, you are going to right the grievous wrongs of this nation's history.
But that honky Brian Cole Jr.
Yeah.
is apparently there's a name for these guys because it's a thing. The guys that are into My Little Pony. Bronies. He's a brony.
Yeah.
He's into My Little Pony. He's a brony.
I love how you all pretended you didn't know that word,
It
by
took
the
me
way.
a minute. It took me a minute. That was a story too a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And now we got a brony that was dropping pipe bombs.
Yeah. I mean, wholly unsurprising. Like the emotional child, the arrested development, it's like the manufactured metaverse that he was living in. It's like the unreality, the lack of human decency. Life is disposable. So, I might as well construct a few pipe bombs and do some damage.
That's an interesting term. Life is disposable. I think it's very descriptive of an unfortunate mindset that is really getting out there with younger people. And I hate that I'm saying this, but I do think video games and disconnectedness has a role in that. Like, you die, you spawn. You die, you spawn. You kill all the time. I do think it can rewire your brain.
If that's the only wiring you have, absolutely. If you don't have tactile outlets, if you're not running around recirculating the blood in your body through your brain and sweating things out, and you just sit and dig yourself deeper and deeper into this singular track.
Yeah,
I think it can have dire consequences. I don't blame video games, but people who exist like that unchallenged because their parents are terrified that their child is going to get angry at them, so they pacify them, with this singular thing. It can turn out to have horrible consequences. And also, and that's one of the threads that I see sort of woven throughout society right now is the disposability of life, the celebration of abortion, people who indiscriminately take life
and their own
and suicide.
Yep.
I mean, it's like you read about a famous person killing themselves every day. Every time I get like a People News alert and it's an influencer or a celebrity or a famous writer, I'm like, it's either cancer or suicide. Sometimes it's a fentanyl overdose, which
You're
also
totally
in
right.
its own way is a form of suicide. And unfortunately, we grow so numb to it.
Disposability of life. It's totally true. David Spade, Kennedy. Do you know David?
Yeah.
You do? I
Yeah.
figured you did. You know all the celebrities. I sent a celebrity a note this morning. Did you know that? I sent an email to Kevin Costner.
Well done.
You know why? I'm on the airplane last night, and for some reason on my iPad, the movies don't work. They just don't work. I hit play, and it sits there, and it'll never play on American.
Even if you've downloaded.
No, the ones they provide.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, but what does work is live TV. Okay, so there's live TV. I was like, let me just see what they have. They only have like 12 channels, live TV. And I just saw this thing that said Kevin Costner Presents. I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, well, it's Kevin Costner. Let's just see what he's doing. It was on ABC. I clicked it, and it was Kevin Costner Presents The First Christmas. And he did this thing. He hosted it, and it had dramatic acting in it, like vignettes and scenes, and then it had documentary-style interviews from here and there. And it was all about, really, honestly, the birth of Jesus. And it was really entertaining. And it was so bold for him to do this. Like, he was like, I'm a believer. This is what I believe. And we've lost, he says it's not about Santa Claus. It's not about, it's about this story that has affected people for 2,000 years and like half of the globe. And it was just amazing. It was good, but it was even more than good in that I couldn't believe Kevin Costner said, this is what I want to do. I'm pushing this. So I sent him a note. Just say, hey, man, that was incredibly important.
And I'm glad people like that have realized and acknowledged, like, half the people in this country, are people of faith and, statistically of Christian faith.
Yeah.
And they want to be reconnected with the basic tenets of their faith.
Well, that's what I emailed him. I said, by the way,
and they want to learn in that way.
You've seen the stats on the decline across the world, but in America as well. You've also seen the correlation of the rise of depression and purposelessness and aimlessness and, in the most extreme circumstances, to your point, suicide. And I think that's tied to the disposability of life in some ways. And so I just think it's important. It was important that he did that. And so I want to send him a note. But I'm not friends with David Spade. David Spade, though, has joined the war on Christmas, and he's on Bill O'Reilly's side. He has joined the Bill O'Reilly army, at least in part. He said he went to a mall and they had a tree lighting and everything was tree lighting, no mention of Christmas. And he was like, what do we, this is like the anti-Kevin Costner thing. It's like we've reduced this holiday into its secular materialistic trappings. And I guess it's not totally over yet. It's still going on, the war on Christmas.
Yeah, and people want to see a nativity scene. People want to feel something. And there is nothing that makes you feel as deeply as the birth of a miracle and how the world changed. And it's okay. Like, I still get so mad when people are like, happy holidays. And, you know, it's like my Jewish friends, they're not emulsified when you say Merry Christmas. Like, they're good with it. We know it's Christmas time. I also say Happy Hanukkah. You know, it's like, I celebrate, like, I am stoked for other people who have faith.
Yeah.
And who put something greater than themselves central to their lives.
Yes.
And I love that David Spade is feeling that. And I really feel like the murder of Charlie Kirk has allowed people to talk about their faith without making excuses for it and without trying to rationalize it and just having conversations. And a lot of the conversations that I hear people having, it's not proselytizing. It's not proving like, I'm more saved than you are. It's really people coming from a place of curiosity.
Yeah.
And, you know, having studied philosophy of religion, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love when people share stories. I like hearing when people share stories about how they came to their political beliefs.
Me too.
And hearing stories about how people came into their faith, I think it's a very beautiful thing. And one of the things that connects us, which is not fashionable, it is much more important for people to divide us in every way imaginable.
Yeah, that is every way imaginable. Right now, that is happening. I mean, and what I'm talking about there is, you know, even in the political sphere, on the right.
Mm-hmm.
We are amidst a chaos of division.
Yes.
As we speak.
Yeah.
All right, Kennedy, thank you so much for coming in here. This has been
it's
awesome.
always good to see you. Welcome to New York.
Thank you so much.
And in Mom Donnie's New York, you can take whatever you want. If you see a guy with a nice backpack,
it's mine.
It's yours. His ability, your need, you can go ahead and
Love
take
it.
Yep.
What does Patrick have that I want? That's what I'm looking
height and girth.
Thank you, Kennedy. Kennedy saves the world. That's going to do it for us today. 2 days, Dan. Tinfoil Pat will be all back here again tomorrow with, by the way, Erica Kirk. We'll see you then.